Good afternoon, evening, or morning. I'm the Mainly Digger, and it's just a great day. It's been so cold, you have no idea. Unless you've lived in Maine, no idea. It is extremely warm right now for February. Anyway, this video is about auto lockouts and me testing out my new auto lockout gear systems. Just so it's clear, I know nothing about any of this equipment. A lot of this equipment this is the first time I've used it, and I'm going off basic instruction and a lot of what I've watched on YouTube. So if you have more experience with this stuff, let me know. I'm always up for better suggestions or techniques. So I have this system. 7 Sparta system. It's just wedges, air wedges. I can't wait. This is the gear that I'm going to be testing out, and this is my vehicle that I'm going to be testing it out on. I'll explain the camera rig over there. That was a fun good 30, actually it was like a good hour fixing that up. Anyway, so of gear for auto unlock, vehicle unlock. We have the 7 Sparta pump wedge system and the auto lockout system. And this one that I can't pronounce, I'm going to put the name, title in the video once I find it. This system also has a couple of wedges, which I'm not going to really use. It's still a good extra to have. It's good to have extra. That's awesome. The reason why I bought the system is because the extra wedges are the different types of wedges and possible things you could need, but also this long extension to reach things. It's just a long arm, that's all it is. The auto lockout, it has multiple different types of tools to get back into your vehicle, into a vehicle, to get the vehicle unlocked. But it doesn't have any of the wedges. So what I'm going to use from this today is this piece of plastic to so when I slide the piece of metal into my truck, it doesn't scratch anything. I just thought it was a good idea, and I don't know if it was meant to be on anything or if that was its intended use, but that's what I'm going to use it for. None of these these right here, none of them are to get to the lock, or they don't reach the lock that's inside my vehicle. So I was going to use these, and then I found out that it's not the best idea because they don't reach. I like this because it's the basic system. My only complaint is it doesn't have an arm, but if you have a coat hanger, a copper coat hanger or something to that, it would just as good. So it's something to think about. It has multiple different wedges to start off with. This is my first time doing this, so we'll see how this goes. Before I start, I just want to point out, so this is how the basic setup. You pump, and it pumps the pump wedge, and then the button. I just like playing with a button, which when you depress it, it lets out the air that's inside the wedge. This system comes with 2 wedges. They come separate, but with 2 different pumps too. So you attach the pump on to the wedge pump, and you screw it in there, and it comes out like this. So it's putting it away is easy. It's just a simple system, easy, simple system. Funny story time. So I charge my batteries for all my cameras, my phone, everything, to get ready to go. And because I have everything ready in my car. It turns out I didn't have everything ready in my car. So I did jerry rig all of this pretty much from different pieces. It worked, but I just had to find the pieces and then take pieces apart. You can see right here, this is one of the first pieces of equipment that I bought, and it's 2-3 years and it's cracking right there. Still working though. That's all that matters. Still working. And this is just from a little wear and tear, but it still works. This is a newer piece that I bought, or not piece, but set that I bought, and not as much wear and tear on it, but it took some effort. It took some effort to find this stuff. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out. First time doing this, first time ever. So I'm locking it. Bam. I'm gonna set this right here. So the biggest issue I've faced so far is getting past this right here, the rubber seal, the weather seal. It because it won't move, and if I push this down in there, it either doesn't catch it or it catches it and it pulls the rubber seal down with it. So what I did is I put this wedge on where it is now and lifted it up a little bit, moving that seal out of the way, and it's still kind of being a, there we go. And then I'm kind of moving this down. So once I've done that, I've slid. It took me these two wedges, the bigger wedge. So I kind of maneuvered the plastic around. And now I'm gonna start pumping. It's probably gonna break this, I don't know, who knows. And the point is to make space to put the large metal piece down in, or the long arm down in. Now I'm going to press or depress and let the air out. So this took a couple times of getting it straight. It is my first time doing this. At least trying to get this big long thing in there, up and around. It's interesting. It's interesting. It was good to learn. You can see the space in there, and it's awesome. Good times. So I took this out. I took the wedge out, and as you can see, there's enough space to stick this down in there. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm doing now. So I have been able to accomplish. I've been going for the latch and haven't been able to get it. So what I went for is the unlock. Try to. Now it's not going to happen. Oh, there we go. Takes some finagling, a lot of finagling. I just had it, and then oh, there we go. So I just pressed the unlock and let all the stuff out so it doesn't fall, which it probably will anyway. There we go. Oh. God damn it, shut up. So what I learned today, some takeaways, is that large, long pole would be perfect if it had a smaller diameter. It has a very thick diameter, and it worked. I would have to get a little bit more time practicing maneuvering it around to feel more comfortable. I have been able to accomplish. I've been going for the latch and haven't been able to get it. Now it's not going to happen. Oh, there we go. Takes some finagling, a lot of finagling. but also a coat hanger I feel would go make things a lot smoother. And it's just practice. Another thing is, because I didn't use the rubber thing to protect the metal and the paint like I should have. It's my own vehicle, whatever, but it's not big enough because you're moving around. So I would use, next time I do it, I'm going to use one of the wedges that's not inflated, or that's deflated. There we go. And kind of as a backing, so it doesn't scrape the paint, because it scraped the paint in my vehicle, but like down in where the door shuts, it's frustrating. Yeah, it's not frustrating. It was fun, but especially at the end when the car alarm went off and people just hear that for miles, and it's great. Anyway, great time, great equipment. It works. It may not be the best equipment, but it works 100%. Mainly dig out.